Hi everybody, this is All Things Cheryl here to do another video. Doja Cat, allegation of racism. On Sunday, Doja Cat came out and to discuss a situation that has been going on with her as far as her being in a couple of chat rooms that are basically geared in for white supremacists, and she has been a part of that chat room for quite some time. Now, on May the 21st and May the 22nd, how Doja Cat basically came on the scene as far as her being a kind of a controversial person, a young woman, when it comes to her lyrics. She was pushed out on the social media platform by a woman who has basically been in the scene and on the music scene for quite some time, and that's Lana Del Rey. Lana Del Rey. Del Rey. Lana Del Rey. Now, apparently, when Lana Del Rey came and I think she wrote a dissertation about how she felt about certain women of color and the way that they were able to reach, I guess, chart or trend on certain music charts like Billboards and Top 100. So apparently she has not been satisfied as to how the music industry has been portraying her. And so she decided to take to her social media and voice her opinion. Now, when she voiced her opinion, she basically named a couple of women of color. She named, well, those of you all who have been following the story know that she named about 6 people, 6 women of color. Those 6 women of color was Cardi B, Beyonce, Nicki, Ariana Grande, and another woman. And so she basically went on to say that she is basically, I guess she titled her dissertation for the culture. She went on to say that how these women were able to, I guess, chart, I'm going to say chart, or make it to the top 100, or make it to Billboards or whatever, was how they go about in presenting themselves as far as, you know, the images that they have basically been putting out there, and the lyrics that they have been putting out there when it comes to their music, that their music has been sexualized and a whole bunch of other things. Now, she went on to talk about that, you know, that the fact that she's basically been in the music business for about 10 years, and that a lot of critics, music critics, is basically criticizing her about how she goes about and presenting her music to her particular audience. And by her doing it, that she has not been able, I guess, to chart. Now, another woman who she basically made and put out there was Doja Cat. Doja Cat. Now, basically, Doja Cat basically got wind of Lana had made, you know, a reference to her, because, you know, right now as we speak, Doja Cat and Nicki is basically charting. in the music business, and they're charting. One reason why they're charting is because this is the Memorial Day weekend, basically the beginning of summer, and this is when a lot of the music, especially the summer music that is going to be trending and that a lot of people will be playing during the summer. Well, this is the time that this the music comes out. So she named Doja Cat. Now, when she named Doja Cat and Doja Cat got a hold of this, Doja Cat basically went on her, I believe it was her IG or her Instagram. I'm not quite sure, but she went on her Instagram and she made a little comment about what Lorraine had basically said about her. She didn't say too much. She just made something like gangster or something. I'm not quite sure. And so when Doja Cat did that, this is when she brought more. I'm gonna say she brought more attention towards her. Now, those of you all who are familiar with Doja Cat know that Doja Cat, I believe, hit the scene in 2010. Like I said, I don't too much know about Doja Cat, and how I'm basically doing this is because she pops up on my notification, and I wanted to see what this was about, so I went on and checked it out. Well, apparently and allegedly, Doja Cat has been in certain chat rooms. Now, these chat rooms that she has basically been visiting and that she has been hanging out is directed or is for white supremacists or other malicious hate groups. Let me just say that. And one particular chat room that she was on just recently, well, it emerged and it hit the social media platforms. Now, when this hit the social media platform, we and those of us who are on who hang out on social media platforms and began to notice that there was a bunch of things saying counsel Doja Cat. Now, I didn't know exactly what counsel Doja Cat was really all about until I did a little bit more investigation, because you guys know that I'm an old head, I'm a baby boomer, and these battlings or people are millennials, and they have their own language, their own vocabulary, just like Generation X and baby boomers. Everybody always have their own vocabulary in terms of what the generation is basically talking about. And so went on and found out that Doja Cat has been basically been saying and have been spotted saying a little bit of racial detention as far as what she don't like, how she feel about certain races. Now, certain races that's basically Doja Cat has been talking about has been all races. She just hasn't really, separated anyone from the back. And so, and this is when everybody started saying that Doja Cat, we are basically counseling you. We are not basically going to be dealing with you. And those who were basically on Doja Cat and actually Cardi B and Nicki and were women, mostly women of color. And now, women of color, especially when Lana Del Rey took to her platform to talk about how she felt about certain women being able to reach the chart, of course, the cavalries came out to basically defend these women of color. But when these women of color, those who support Doja Cat, when they discovered that Doja Cat has another dark side of her, which they had no idea, which I believe that everybody always have a dark side to themselves. This is when they discovered and they started saying that they are no longer will be supporting her. Well, it seems like Lana Del Rey can't seem to stay herself off of her IG or her Instagram, because she took to it again and tried to say that she meant what she said, and to basically try to promote herself as far as her being a poet, and not only a poet, she's also a songwriter, and so on and so forth. Now, while Lana Del Rey was doing that, Doja Cat was basically hanging out in these white supremacist chat rooms, and basically, from what I could tell, I saw the video. From what I can tell, she was basically hanging out in these chat rooms, basically entertaining white guys. And I think I might have saw one black guy. I'm not quite sure, but you will have to go and check the video out yourself. And so, as this particular tape went viral, Doja Cat was basically very silent for a couple of days. Then Sunday emerged, and Doja Cat basically came out of the closet and decided that she wanted to write a letter. But everybody, when I read the letter, everybody said that it was an apology. But what I was getting from what I read, to me, it wasn't an apology. It was basically, she's talking about the fact of that, yes, she basically started calling gay people basically derogatory names. And she basically used the word, I don't think I can say that word, I'm just going to say she used the word that when it comes to the gay community, we are not, when I say we, I am a queer woman. And especially when it comes to queer men or gay men, they don't take highly to that particular word. Now, the particular word, I don't know if I could use that word, so I'm not going to use the word, but the word starts with an F, okay? It starts with an F. And so she went on to talk about just because I use that particular word, does that mean that you're not going to support me? Does that mean that I guess she was saying that I don't get a second chance or anything like that. Now, from what I understand and from some of the things that I have basically read, she has always been controversy when it comes to what she likes and what she don't like. And it is apparently, and it is known that Doja Cat is a woman who does not date women, does not date men of color or African American men. She dates white men. Now, apparently when it was been known that she dated men of color, that she don't date men of color, this became actually also another issue and problem with the women of color community, those who support her. Now, when I read this letter, and I will post this letter so you all can see what I'm talking directly about, to me, this letter is not an apology to the community as a whole. What it is that she is basically talking about the fact that, yes, she has called gay people basically out of their character and called them names. And then she went on to say, is that okay? Well, I don't know, Doja Cat. and I didn't even know who the heck Doja Cat was until, I got my notification. Now, Doja Cat. Now, I understand that, and from my reading and finding out a little bit more information about you, you are a woman who is, how should I say it? A biracial woman who has a history and an ancestral background, which is unprecedented. Now, the letter that basically emerged on her IG was basically talking about gay people. But apparently she went into it a little bit more to say that she is not a racist, that she indeed loves her black side of the family. Now, this is very interesting, is because over the years, the thing about the internet, they do keep receipts, and people do and have been able to pull up some of the things that she has basically said about other races of people. Now, I suspect the only reason why Doja Cat, and we're not even going to talk about Loretta, because I just think that she just should just rest, and really just go somewhere and just be quiet, because if it was not for her, I don't think that Doja Cat would have ever been even sought or even thought of. They would have went on and start just playing her music and just continue to, do what they do when it comes to the music. But I say that the only reason, I go back and I say earlier that Doja Cat is a woman who has two sides. She has a dark side, and plus she has another side. And we just happen, those of us just happen, and who hang out on the internet and who, basically want to know, just happen to stumble in and see her, on these white supremacist a site, and found out that Doja Cat has another side to her. Now, we also found out that Doja Cat has issues and challenges with her hair. She's always had issues and challenges. It's just because when you are a person of interracial, not only a biracial child or a biracial adult, it depends on the genes and how strong certain genes are. Some, biracial kids and children come out looking completely white. You wouldn't even know that they were white. They'd be walking the earth and walking around you. You wouldn't even know that they were biracial kids, not unless they told you. And that there are some that's walking right now as I speak. And that some come out with good hair, bad hair. Some come out light skin. Some come out dark skin. Some come out real dark skin. Those are the things that go on with being a biracial person, because when the genes mix, you never know, like Forrest Gump, you never know what a box of chocolate candy will bring you, okay? And so we now see that Doja Cat is having to come out and basically apologize, to say something that basically I believe that she really doesn't really mean it, but then again, she perhaps may mean it. But then again, the only reason why I believe, and this is my opinion, the only reason why Doja Cat has basically come out and to apologize is because her bag is about to get empty, or she is about to destroy herself before she even hit the platform. I mean, she's already there on the platform. She's already, she has millions of followers. She has all kinds of followers, white, black, uh, everybody follows her. Now, like I said, I didn't even know who a Doja Cat was, but I went on and, checked to see exactly how some of the music sound. It's okay. I mean, will it be something that I would be willing to put on a playlist? Especially me being a baby boomer, I'm basically gonna say no. But you can also tell that due to the fact that she does have some issues and challenges, and that she does have features as being, and she's also said that one of the good things about her being a biracial person is that she has the hips and the bun buns. Okay, now she did claim the hips and the bun buns. She didn't claim the hair because she didn't like the texture. So let me go back and talk about um she has issues. I mean, I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna say that she has challenges. And the challenges is that she has been basically around and has been raised by her mother. And her mother basically is a Jewish mother. And her mother became a single, raising a biracial child. So that meant that Doja Cat was basically around the majority of white kids, coming up, white kids, and that she really don't know her father, but I believe she does know her father, but her father really wasn't in her life, basically when she was coming up. Now, would this have been a different issue if both of the parents were together? Maybe so, maybe not. We don't know. But what we do know that the only reason why Doja Cat basically came up out of the closet and came onto the platform Sunday to apologize on her Instagram is that her bag was being interrupted, meaning that she would not have the support of the black women's community. Now, Doja Cat, when she came on the scene, she was really, they promoted her more so on the, towards the, I'm going to say maybe by me looking at her videos a little bit, more so on the black side, more so uh, towards the black community. And of course, they promoted her within the black genre. If you go and look at it. But look, I didn't ramble a little bit more than usual about Doja Cat and the fact that she has come up out of the woodwork to explain that the fact that she's not a racist, the fact that she loves her family, and that yes, she has gone through some of these white supremacist platforms, but she said she did that when she was young, but basically the video that went viral was just recently. So we know that in order to save face, you will say a lot of things to basically save yourself and perhaps even save her music industry. I don't know if this is going to affect that, but we shall see. Till the next time, this is All Things Cheryl, basically giving you my view and opinion on Doja Cat and Lana Del Rey, who basically put Doja Cat basically on this platform, which she was basically probably minding her business. But anyway, stay safe, stay inside, and remember love is for everyone. Until the next time, this is All Things Cheryl. Thank you for clicking and watching. Become a subscriber.